Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm your host, Derek Schomer. Today we're doing a whiskey review, a bourbon. This is Woodford Reserve Barrel Select, and I'm doing it from a tree. Yeah, I'm about 15 feet up in a tree. I like to do things from different places. Kind of changes the setting. Okay, so maybe a little windy. Lighting might not be perfect. People might walk by and think I'm retarded. It's okay. There goes my wife. See you later. So, why am I doing this from a tree? More of a symbolic gesture, really. Some daddy long legs crawling around. Just to kind of give you an idea that sometimes you have to try new things, right? And when it comes to bourbons, I've had a lot of people asking this week about bourbons and what's your go-to bourbon and what's your favorite. And a lot of people said Buffalo Trace, so I was going to do a Buffalo Trace review. Ow, this hurts my ass. But I didn't have any Buffalo Trace left. I drank it all, so I got to get a new one. I'll do a review when I can get a bottle of that. However, being able to test a different type of alcohol and it's sometimes jumping out of your comfort zone is what it's really all about. Going with your favorite is one thing, but sometimes you just want to get out of your comfort zone and just do something a little bit different. Woodford Reserve for some people may be a little bit different because they're used to their Jack Daniels or whatever it happens to be. And while I happen to have this and I saw some other people requesting a review for it, I figured, just a symbolic gesture to get out there and try a brand you've never heard of. And don't worry about it's going to be awful. If you don't buy bottom shelf, it's probably not going to be awful. It's just going to be maybe not your favorite. But sometimes it'll grow on you, and you may find different dynamic properties of a bourbon or any other spirit, even a vodka that you didn't know that you liked. So think about that. I'm going to hang a little bit because my ass is right on the crease of a branch. This has a little fruity aroma to it. Smell of like a sweet, fruity brown sugar oak. Maybe like the remnants of apples within like a barrel of oak. Just a little bit of a fruity flavor to it. It's still a consistent sweet oak. I believe it was a 45% alcohol, so it's a little high. It's kind of like, I think, the Makers. In the same regard, I kind of put it in the same area from an oaky standpoint as Maker's Mark. A little less on the sweetness, and I think that's not necessarily a misbalance, could be purpose, but there is a little bit more alcohol lean to this, like you're leaning in a tree because your ass is on fire. Because it's got a little bit more of a back end bite to it. But at the same time, it's got that nice woody, sweet, I don't want to say candy, because that would throw you way off. This is not like Jolly Rancher vodka. So less Jolly Rancher, more fruit, real natural fruit, spice. Not as much of a vanilla kick, I think. Where the vanilla might be, I think you're getting a little bit more heat. Maybe even a little bit of sour apple on the finish that kind of sits there. I would put this at the Woodford a little bit more dry. I would say not my favorite bourbon. Probably would be really nice in a bourbon beer. A little extra alcohol kick, nice woody action. So, from that standpoint, I think it's a serviceable product. I will probably buy it because I'm running low anyway. Again, because I like to try different things and stay out of my comfort zone, out of my Maker's Mark and my Buffalo Trace, and into something a little bit different, out of my Four Roses kick that I'm on and into something a little bit different. So consider that. It's sort of like when you wear a suit to a wedding, right? Nobody's comfortable wearing those things. Your neck gets hot, you're trying to tie down. If you're a woman, your feet are probably on fire, but you do it anyway. You do it for a couple hours, you experience it, and you relive the memories later. The same thing should happen with the spirit. If you're just drinking the same thing over and over again, it's time to just break out. And I think a lot of our fans have figured that out, and they've started to branch out. I'm getting emails about people saying, oh, I've tried things I've never thought of trying because of your show. So continue doing that. And of course, I guess the question of the day is, where is the weirdest place that you've gone? Where was your secret hiding spot as a kid? For me, it was trees. I love to climb trees. I always have. Go right to the top and be able to see the mountains over the top of the tree line and stuff like that. It was always kind of a fun thing. Now I've got bees. There's probably a bee's nest in here. As I was a kid, when I was a kid, I was a little less nervous about the animals that could possibly potentially bite or sting me than I am now. But I guess the next question, I'll wait till these people leave before I climb out because that's going to look weird. I guess the next question would be, how did I get a full glass of bourbon on the top of a tree? The answer to that question is Glad, not Glad wrap, the Glad, that sticky wrap there. Press and seal. Glad press and seal in a backpack. Take it out and a napkin, wipe off the little edges, get your press and seal, throw the backpack down onto the limb below you, and you're good to go. So there you go. That is your episode for today. Where is the craziest place you went? Where did you used to hide as a kid? Common Man Cocktails. We're teaching you how to drink bourbon again.